Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video. Doing JMA Friday for today's second video. So as also on Friday, we're having a look at the weather for the month ahead with Japanese and CFS meteorologists. And I shall get on with that for you in a moment. Just to say that the first video, say, of 6 AM upload, got 10 to 14 day with all of regular features, and also the ECMWF 42-day forecast. That's going to be released at 7 PM. We're seeing it be live stream after 10:30, so 4 videos and a live stream. I think we're going it some today with the content. So please check out the the videos on the channel, the streams, and whatnot. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody. For dinner. Right, okay. Let's start off with the 500 millibar height anomaly flow chart for week 1 from the JMA for the Arctic and North Pole view down. So this is the North Pole just here. This is the wider Arctic circle around there, and then of course we've got the mid-latitudes through here. So blue is extrapolating to below average heights, which is low pressure. Yellow, orange and red extrapolating to above average heights, which is high pressure. These are broken down into weekly periods. The first week period will take us from today, the 27th of January, through to the 3rd of March. The coming week we'll have above average heights, high pressure, centred over and to the west of the country, with below average heights, low pressure to our east. And we're going to be doing something a little bit like that with projection. Going to be a lot of dry weather in the weekend. The air coming in off the Atlantic should be turning things mild as well. Cold both much of northern and eastern Europe with that trough of low. Right, go through to week 2, which will be the 3rd to the 10th of February. Below average heights again in the North Atlantic, above average heights further south, reaching from the Azores into towards Spain. Looks very sort of classically westerly and zonal there. So you can expect Atlantic driven weather with plenty of wet and windy weather to come there. And then weeks 3 and 4 takes us from the 10th to the 24th of February. There's no changes really. We've still got the below average heights out in the North Atlantic, the above average heights away to our east, and in comes those west-southwest winds again. Further bouts of rain and generally mild temperatures expected there, with winds in from the southwest. So we're a little bit of an Atlantic onslaught type pattern for February here. Let's confirm all of that with the tropical and mid-latitude views. So we can't see the Arctic, the North Pole, Scandinavia, Greenland, all those areas are off the chart up here. However, as we have a look at that view down, we know what's going on, and the UK and Ireland in the top right-hand corner of the chart as you're looking at it. So a reminder of the week 1 500 millibar height anomaly. Again, the above average heights out to our west. Winds coming in from off the Atlantic, a little bit like that. So temperature anomaly is close to average, a little bit above, not a particularly big deviation, not a particularly warm week, but slightly above average temperatures there overall, or near normal. Precipitation-wise, it's relatively dry away from the far north of Scotland, especially so to our southwest with that area of high pressure. Well, week 2 is going to be the 3rd to the 10th of February, and we're looking very zonal here. High pressure to our south and low pressure just making out to our north, winds in from the west, a little bit like that. So the temperature anomaly is becoming milder, especially for England and Wales. Those yellow colours are appearing there. And the precipitation anomaly is going wetter than average as well. So a mild and wet week there for the 3rd to 10th of February. And then finally, weeks 3 and 4, finally for JMA. Anyway, weeks 3 and 4 takes us from the 10th to the 24th of February. Lots of low pressure in the Atlantic. Still milder than average, particularly so for England and Wales in most yellow colours. That's 1 to 2 degrees above normal. And wetter than average again. So, yeah, you know, got quite a wet February on the way here, actually, and mild too. Let's see how all of that confirms with these, or let's see how all that, compares to the CFS V2. So, these are 500 millibar high tolerance again, broken down into week periods. The first week period takes us from the 27th of January to the 2nd of February. So, the coming week has the above average heights over to the west of the country, below average heights up to the north, with polling wind back in from off the Atlantic. Good agreement between the JMA and the CFS for the first week. And a good agreement for week 2 as well. It's the 3rd to the 9th of February, with low pressure deepening in the North Atlantic, high pressure slipping southwards. So still mild, still westerly, but more unsettled, of course, particularly so for more northern areas. And then week 3 is going to be the 10th to 16th of February, with low pressure way to the northwest, high pressure to our south, southeast winds again are continuing to come from a southwesterly direction. Those looks mild. And week 4, look at this, it's the 17th to 23rd of February. High pressure then ridging up from the south. So low pressure starts to slip away to the northwest. Jet streams moving northwards as well. I reckon that looks suspiciously like spring. I don't know what you will think about that, but to me that looks like a very spring-like scenario. With, winds coming up from quite a long way southwest and high pressure settling things down to between Celsius, maybe? I wouldn't be surprised. The temperature anomaly for week 1, to the 27th of January, 2nd of February, is above average by around 1 to 2 degrees, so a little bit warmer than the JMA. Week 2, also milder than average, 3rd to the 9th of February. Above average temperatures, but look how mild it is, it's quite warm even, across most parts of remember these are anomalies to average, so as we come up into the Arctic and over into Siberia and whatnot, it will still be very cold, even if the temperature's like 3 or 4 degrees above average, it'll still be very cold, of course, in Siberia, but generally really above average for most parts of Eurasia. Northern America looking a lot colder, especially eastern parts of Canada there, and up to Greenland. Right, anyway, so that's week 2. Week 3 is another very mild week, if the surface is right. Temperatures there. And then week 4 rounds it all off. It's the 17th, 23rd of February, and again, see very substantially above average temperatures coming through once more. So a very mild February on the way. And I think the CFS is a little bit more settled. So let's have a look at that. Remember JMA, let's have a look at that. So week 1, 27th of January, 2nd of February, drier than normal. Week 2 goes wet, so that is a wet week. 3rd to the 9th of February, above average rainfall there. Week 3 is also above average for rainfall, 10th to 16th February, especially so in the north, less so in the south. And then week 4 looks like that, 17th to 23rd of February, dry to our south, a little bit wetter to the north. It looks like winter's done for there, doesn't it? But then again, at the beginning of January, I can't remember, but I don't think the JMA and CFS have much indication of like the cold weather that was to come in the second half of January, at the beginning of the month. So, it's just a snapshot of what the models are showing today. They could look totally different when we look at them again next week. Any forecast beyond 5-7 days is fraught with big, with fraught danger and needs large pinches of salt attached. So let's wait and see where things go. But certainly today, JMA Friday is suggesting a very mild and also rather wet February. Right, we're going to be back later on with 10 to 14 day. That will include all our break features. Don't forget to check out the ECMDF 42-day forecast tonight at 7 p.m. And we're going to have our live stream at 10:30. Busy old day at GavsWeatherVids today. So keep checking back to the channel for more. For JMA Friday this week, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.